10 games remain for the Winnipeg Jets, a 2-game road trip that starts tonight in Edmonton. The Jets sitting in the second wild card spot in the Western Conference. It's the Winnipeg Jets and the Edmonton Oilers on TSN. Stafford, backhand, scores! Drew Stafford on the backhand. Emery scores!
What a dazzling dangle fest that was.
Wheeler backhanded to the back, scores! Andrew Ladd! Shot scored! Turnovers!
An absolute cannon! Welcome to Winnipeg.
After sweeping a 3-game homestand, the Winnipeg Jets take to the road. And despite the fact there's only 10 games left in the regular schedule, this is the Jets' first trip into Edmonton as they get set to take on the Edmonton Oilers, third and final meeting of the year between these two teams. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Rexall Place in Edmonton as the Winnipeg Jets start a 2-game road trip. The Oilers have been out of the playoff spot for quite some time, but they have been better as of late. They're getting healthy. They're getting some of their people back, and Paul Maurice expects his team to have a handful in this game tonight. Ondrej Pavelec will get the start in goal, and Ondrej Pavelec coming off a terrific 4-game run and has been named the NHL first star of the week as he is riding a 4-game winning streak. And Brian Engblom joining us here in Edmonton. Ondrej Pavelec will get the start again tonight.
Ondrej Pavelec has been the man ever since going back to the Atlanta days. He's been through a lot. He's done a lot of things, but it's been different for him over the last month or so. If you look at the string of 4 straight wins that he has, before that, you're over 3 weeks between starts, and another 11 days on top of that to the last time he won a game. That's a lot of stuff to have to handle. So I think he came into this probably feeling like he had maybe less pressure. Everybody was talking about Michael Hutchinson, and for good reason, because Hutchinson was on a really good roll. He started 8 straight games. Pav came in a couple of times and mopped up. But what the team really needed after losing 3 out of 4 games, they needed a real stellar performance again. So Pavelec comes in, wins the first game. Now he's got 4 in a row. And the last one, a 3-0 shutout against the Washington Capitals. No slouch of a team who had been on a good roll themselves. A really interesting place for Pavelec and the Jets right now.
Brian, the standings will tell you how important this game is. The Winnipeg Jets right now sitting in the number 2 wild card spot. There's teams coming up from behind. They're trying to catch the Minnesota Wild for that number 1 wild card spot. Not good news so far, at least, on the out-of-town scoreboard. But as the season winds down, every point you pick up now is critical.
And this game tonight against the Edmonton Oilers is one of the toughest ones. Fans have to realize that. Because when you play against a Washington Capitals team and it's a 1-1 game, or it's a tie game, or it's a 0-0 game, or the St. Louis Blues for that matter, you're comfortable if you're the Winnipeg Jets. This is the way it's supposed to be. Now you're playing the Edmonton Oilers. You're trying to get points to move up in those standings to try and catch Minnesota. And all of a sudden everybody thinks, well, you'll beat Edmonton. You have to beat Edmonton. And after the fact tomorrow, if they do, they'll say, oh yeah, well, Winnipeg beat Edmonton. That's fine. Edmonton's got points in 4 straight games, and they're coming off a big win against Philadelphia. They have almost 0 pressure on them right now. They knew their season was gone over a month ago. So they're just relaxing and going out and playing. And oh yeah, by the way, they got some pretty talented guys. So that makes this game a really tough mental adjustment for the Jets.
For the Winnipeg Jets, they do have some of their injured players with them here, but as we see the Jets come onto the ice here at Rexall Center, it will be the same lineup as we saw in the last few games for the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, they've got guys in waiting. We could see some of the injured players coming in soon, but that guy is the center of attention right now. I think a lot of people were second guessing. Well, you got back-to-back games, Vancouver tomorrow night. Which game should Pavlik play? Will he play both? But I think you have to keep riding him. He has played so well. When a guy has a shutout, you take him out and say, we're going to skip a game here. I don't think you see that happen very often. I would do the same thing. He's in there. There's a look at Blake Wheeler is playing on the Scheifele line. And the Scheifele line is really called the #1 line in my mind right now. 16 points for the line in the last 4 games. That's some spectacular numbers, and they'll be leading them again tonight. You know they're going to be matched up a lot. They need the puck possession. They need to put on a good show again here tonight.
Winnipeg Jets and Edmonton Oilers, let's send you down to ice level for tonight's national anthem.
Hockey fans, would you please rise and join Robert Clark with the singing of the Canadian national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons' command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Play Safeway's $1 million score and win. If any Winnipeg Jets player scores 5 goals in tonight's game, Mark Gillies of Moose Jaw could win $1 million. Shop at Safeway. You could be our next lucky winner. Tonight's starting goaltenders brought to you by Subway Restaurants. Get your favorite sub made just the way you like it. Subway, eat fresh. 13 career shutouts now for Ondrej Pavlik coming off the shutout against Washington, and he will start in goal for the Winnipeg Jets. And with the injury to Victor Foss, Ben Scrivens has been the busy man in between the pipes for the Edmonton Oilers, and he will get the start in this game tonight as the Jets and the Oilers meet for the 3rd time this season. Referees are Frederick Lequier and Brad Meyer. The linesmen are Lonnie Cameron and Brad Kovacic. And we are underway here at Rexall Place. Mark Fane for the Oilers chased back into his own zone, and the Oilers start up with Boyd Gordon. Gordon floats the long shot into the Jets zone. Rob Klinghammer was going after it, but this will be an icing call. Tonight's keys to the game brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of the NHL.
For the Winnipeg Jets, patient offense, because this is the Edmonton Oilers and they are down at the bottom of the league. You get worried, like, oh boy, can we really hang in? It's a tie game. Oh no, you have to be patient. And for Edmonton, maintain their offensive confidence. They scored 16 goals in their last 4 games.
Wheeler back for Trouba as the Jets win the faceoff. Mark Stewart shot, save on the short side. Scrivens. It was Stewart that opened the scoring in the game against Washington on Saturday. Trouba for Wheeler, and did he get a piece of this? No, he did not. And icing the call against the Jets.
Paul Maurice put it very aptly, I thought. He said, how is this game going to look in the middle of the game. In other words, what's our comfort level? Is it a tie game? Is it a one-goal game? Are we ahead? Are we behind? He said we have to remind ourselves that we beat this team twice, but we were chasing them throughout the game, both times. He said we are not controlling this game. So they have to fight just like they do against the Washington Capitals and the St. Louis Blues and forget where Edmonton is in the standings.
Matthew Perreault had the winner in the first meeting between these two teams after Dustin Byfuglien tied the game up late. And in the second game, Tyler Myers tied the game, and then Yakupov gave the Oilers the lead. Andrew Ladd tied it, and then that game had to be decided by a shootout. Taken by Mark Stewart on the backhand. He'll try and knife it out. Can't. Stewart has it along the boards. Gets some help from Wheeler. Jets trying to get a change in, but the puck is still in their own zone. Scheifele now tried to clear and could not. Oilers on the attack with Eberle. Eberle being watched closely by Mark Stewart. Eberle still has control of it. Takes a whack there from Trouba. Gets it to the line. Kept in by Klefbom. Klefbom for Pouliot. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins back for Pouliot. Back for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and finally, the Jets will gain control, and Stafford will get it to center ice, and Drew Stafford will send it in, and the Jets will get the change.
Whoever plays against a Nugent-Hopkins line have to be really sharp. Nugent-Hopkins and Eberle both have 14 points in their last 7 games.
And Lowry in with a good hit on Taylor Hall on the far side. At the line, Toby Enstrom's going to hold it in. Enstrom plays it down low against the checking of young Andrew Miller in his second NHL game. Adam Lowry back in behind the net. Scrivens will stop it. Leaves it. Big hit along the boards on Klefbom, and the puck is out at center ice for Enstrom. Watched by Miller. Gets it for Frolik, and back for Enstrom, and now for Myers. For Adam Lowry. Lowry drives his way through the middle for Ladd. The backhand shot stopped by Scrivens. On the puck is Derek Roy. It has been a good second half for Derek Roy after coming to Edmonton from Nashville. Derek Roy almost stole it off of Ondrej Pavelec. Bounced around at the line, but kept in by Yakupov. Yakupov and Roy have been a good combination. To the short side, stopped by Pavelec, and a centering pass is grabbed off by Stepniak. Knocked off his stick, though. And the Oilers on the attack again. Kept in by Marincin, diving in front of the net. That was Roy, and that allows the Oilers to hold it in. Now Adam Hardy up the boards, and Stepniak will bounce it to the Edmonton line. Ference breaks it up for Marincin, and back for Ference. Watched by Eric O'Dell. Long pass into the Jets' end of the ice, and this is going to be an icing call against Edmonton.
Edmonton's really got some pop to their game. They're coming out flying. They don't have any pressure on them. They moved the puck well. This is what Paul Maurice knew was going to happen. He talked about Edmonton and their tight gap in the neutral zone and the ability to try to get through that. Here's the turnover that Ondrej Pavelec almost gave to Derek Roy. Good forecheck by Roy, but no harm, no foul in the long run.
Oilers control off the face-off. Matt Hendricks will send it in. Battle in the corner now. Hendricks lost control of it against Jacob Trouba, and back for Halischuk. Ahead for Thorburn. Thorburn into the Edmonton zone. Now for Halischuk. Halischuk has it knocked away from him by Klefbom, and is back in behind the net. Up the boards, Trouba pinches in from the line. It never did get to him. Halischuk will play it back in behind the Edmonton goal. Klefbom for Schultz. Schultz gets pressured there by Halischuk, and the puck out for Matt Hendricks. Hendricks got dumped at center ice by Stafford, and Halischuk will send it right back in. No score in the early going here in Edmonton. Hendricks up the boards. Gets to center, and he will snap this in. Wheeler gains control. Scheifele through center. Scheifele trying to work around Marincin, could not. Mark Fane back to clear. Wheeler now got spun around and knocked down.
That was that tight gap we were talking about. Scheifele had no room to get by Marincin.
Wheeler cross ice for Stafford. Stafford fakes the shot, watched by Mark Fane. Spins it for Scheifele. In from the line is Tyler Myers. Tried to get it down low, could not. Scheifele slides it through for Stafford. Stafford's shot went off a stick and over top the net. Myers is in from the line. Myers plays it for Blake Wheeler. Wheeler trying to get away from Pouliot for Stafford. And the shot got blocked in front of the net as Nikita Nikitin got in front of it. Out through center for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and player changes for both teams.
That was a quick cycle by the Scheifele line. Stafford's talking this morning saying we can cycle forever. I got a big kick out of that, but they are good at it. That one gets deflected up into the Edmonton bench. But when you have Stafford, Scheifele, and Wheeler out there, big men, they can all skate. They know exactly where they're supposed to be, and you work the corners. Blake Wheeler blew a tire, so he wasn't able to be in front. But you can see the positioning of the Jets allows the puck off the wall, pull it off the wall. Wheeler now to Stafford, who's on the move, rather, and he gets a really good scoring chance, but it doesn't get to the net.
Prior to the 3-game homestand where the Jets won all 3, the Jets went 2-2 on that 4-game road trip, finishing it off with the win in Tampa Bay that started the 4-game winning streak. But the Jets 3-7-2 on the road since the All-Star break. Adam Lowry in the corner. He'll leave it for Frolik. Frolik back for Jay Harrison. Shot to the front of the net. Scrivens makes the save with Lowry on the doorstep. And a face-off in the Edmonton zone.
Harrison did a good job to get that puck through. That's the biggest thing in today's National Hockey League. You have to get the puck through to the point. It doesn't have to be a screaming shot. Harrison changes the angle. We talk about that a lot. If you get the puck and receive it, you have to have a little bit of lateral movement, even if it's only with your hands, to change the angle so that you get it by the outcoming defender who's trying to block the shot all the time. That one got right through to Scrivens.
Klefbom plays it around the board. Slater's going to hold it in. Stempniak from the slot. He had Scrivens going the wrong way, and Scrivens just got the toe of the skate on that shot from Stempniak. Stewart back at center. Stempniak stopped at center by Klefbom, and this is out of play.
When Scrivens puts his pants on at the end of the game, that left leg is not going to be long enough, because I think he lengthened his left leg there by about 3 inches. He was moving from his left to his right on that shot, and somehow he just stuck that left toe out just in time here. Good job by Slater to keep the puck in. There's the quick spin around shot, and you can see how he was moving. I mean, he just barely got that one.
Odell, Hamelchuk, and Thorburn back out for the Jets. The veteran Andrew Ference takes a bump on the far side from Thorburn. NHL game 901 for Ference, who goes back after Thorburn and goes down to the ice one more time.
He came out second both times.
Myers takes a bump from Matt Hendricks. Here's Hamelchuk with a little bit of room, and Andrew Ference recovers and knocked it away from Hamelchuk. Back for Thorburn, watched by Boyd Gordon. And Gordon will play this out to center ice where Jacob Trouba will take it. Trouba, whose first NHL goal came in this building in his first NHL game. Tried to get that shot through, could not. And it's back into the Jets' end of the ice. Hendricks trying to center, that got blocked. Stafford blocked it, it comes loose for Eberle. Eberle goes cross ice for Schultz. The shot blocked by Andre Pavlik. And Pavlik is going to hang on to it. Chris Thorburn with one hit on Ference. It is scoreless.
Jets on TSN, brought to you by the bold new 2015 Toyota Camry. One bold choice leads to another.
I really like how decisive Jacob Trouba is. All over the ice. Watch him in the neutral zone here. Gets the puck. Oh, I got some room. He takes it. He doesn't need to make a pass. The puck doesn't get through. But just little plays like that. Seizing the situation. He's a really good skater. He wants the puck. He wants to make plays. And his decision-making about when and how to do them is getting better and better every game.
Paul Maurice was asked this morning in Edmonton, of course, with the rebuild continuing here in Edmonton, about the youth of the Winnipeg Jets, and talked about Scheifele, talked about Adam Lowry. Jacob Trouba would fall into that category, as well as youngsters that play big-time minutes for the Winnipeg Jets. Jammed out at center ice. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins back in. His shot doesn't get through. Scheifele stays with Nugent-Hopkins. Pouliot's down there as well. Wheeler knocked it away, but it is kept in at the left point. Round the boards in the Jets zone, taken now by Toby Enstrom. for Stafford, and pinching in from the line was Mark Fane, but they are going to call icing against the Winnipeg Jets. Jets pass holders, watch for the Jets Rewards bonus code during tonight's game. Enter the code by logging into Jets Rewards and receive 50 bonus points, redeemable for unique Winnipeg Jets benefits and experiences. Jets Rewards, reward your passion.
In the early stages here, we've seen the Scheifele line out against the Nugent-Hopkins line time and time again. Now Edmonton gets their line changed because of the icing, and they want to change it up. Maybe they want Nugent-Hopkins away from Scheifele.
Off the backboards, big rebound. Taylor Hall jumps on it. Ball back in the lineup for the second game. Stafford intercepts the Klefbom pass. Stafford scores! Drew Stafford didn't take him long to extend the point streak to 6, and the Jets have the 1-0 lead.
Hockey sense, anticipation, hockey IQ. Drew Stafford's got it. This is just a plain smart play. He's just off to the right of your screen. You can't see him, but he knows the automatic play is coming. Klefbom makes the automatic pass across. Stafford sees it, is within stick length. Look at Klefbom. He never looked first. He just wanted to make the play cleanly. On top of that, Stafford fends off the play. Defenseman has no stick in his hand, and he makes a great shot on the goal.
Unassisted by Stafford, and a bit of a homecoming for Drew Stafford. His dad coached in the Alberta Junior Hockey League here for a year, and his uncle Barry was the longtime equipment manager for the Edmonton Oilers. So he did spend some time in this area and in this building. Back come the Jets with Verleek for Ladd. Quick shot to the short side, and Scriven's got a piece of that. Lowry is after it. Jammed around the boards and grabbed off by Klefbom. Breaking out of the zone quickly, looking for that lead pass was Andrew Miller, but the pass never did get to him. Lander stopped at center ice. Oilers are going to make a change, so Schultz will take it back into his own end. So Drew Stafford now 4 goals and 8 points in the 6-game point streak for the Winnipeg Jets. Adam Pardy up the board, stopped at the right point. Fane for Marincin. Pavlik got tied up in front of the net, got taken down as Purcell and Pardy got tied up. Kept in by Mark Fane. Quick shot kicked away by Pavlik. Slater trying to snap it off the glass and out. Does Stempniak going after it. Getting back there first, though, was Martin Marincin. Throws it cross ice, and Yakupov is on it for the Oilers. Nail Yakupov, 6 points in his last 6 games. Oilers now make a change. Linkhammer plays it through. Mark Stewart breaks it up. Stewart, Matt Hendricks is after him. Stewart reverses for Halishuk. He'll reverse for Trouba, and Trouba finds Eric Odell. Odell sends it in, gets around the checking of the defenseman Nikita Nikitin. And the Oilers now control with Matt Hendricks. Long shot in on Andre Pavlik, and Pavlik is going to hang on to it.
Let's go back to Drew Stafford's goal again. Some outstanding work by Stafford. His anticipation and his ability to steal this puck. But then, watch, he just tough on the puck. Got Schultz who tries to reach in with his stick, and Stafford just blows the stick out of his hand, goes down, and he has got the scoring touch right now. He's always been a streaky scorer. He's had a 30-goal season. He's been a regular 20-goal scorer for several years as well, too. And I think he's just really getting in the groove now. He's been with the Jets long enough, and obviously this line with Scheifele and Wheeler has really got some moxie going.
9 goals now in 10 career games against Edmonton for Drew Stafford. Enstrom in his own zone. Off the boards into the Edmonton end. Scriffens will leave it there. Up the right, left side, it comes for Pouliot. Away from him. And Enstrom controls in front of the Edmonton bench. Tyler Myers backs up Enstrom, but it goes to the offensive side, and Scheifele will send it in. Mark Fane plays it in behind Scrivens onto the stick of Klefbom. Klefbom directed 11 shots on goal against Philadelphia in their win on Saturday, a game that went to overtime. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, quick shot, steered away by Ondrej Pavelec. Eberle trying to hold it in, does for Pouliot, and he got stripped of the puck by Toby Enstrom. Stafford trying to clear it out, it bounces out at center. Scheifele jammed it away from Eberle, and the Oilers will control. Jets in a change. Andrew Ladd almost stole it at center. Anton Lander in against Adam Pardy, and Lander will dump it back to the line. Give and go, Marincin sends it cross ice. Schultz's shot got blocked, and the Jets will clear it out at center ice.
Edmonton's had some zone time inside the Winnipeg end, but they're having trouble getting pucks into the middle of the net. So credit, middle of the ice rather. The Jets doing a good job in the middle, taking that away.
Harrison plays it for Pardy. Adam Pardy for Michael Frolik. Pardy got knocked down by Taylor Hall. And the Jets will send it into the Edmonton zone. Adam Lowry heading to the front of the net. The pass ricochets off the stick. In from the line is Mark Stewart, trying to jam it down low, got knocked away. And the Oilers will send it out at center ice. Sent in deep by Teddy Purcell. Watched there by Yuri Tlusty, and Jacob Trouba is back for the loose puck. Stempniak had that pass get away from him. Left bomb for Yakupov. Up for Derek Roy, and the sharp angle backhand stopped by Ondrej Pavelec. Yakupov on it in the high slot for Edmonton. Tried to get it to the front of the net. Slater blocked it. Derek Roy at the blue line. Marincin trying to send it back down low. Stopped, and Jacob Trouba starts back. For Stewart, tried to jam it through for Yuri Tlusty. Lead pass for Yakupov. Trouba closes in on him, and Jacob Trouba said, never mind the puck, I'm playing the body. And he flattens Yakupov. Shot from the sharp angle by Stempniak off the leg and wide. Jammed up the boards by Nikita Nikitin. Back for Fane. Watched by Eric Odell. Taylor Hall. He'll feed that through for Klinkhammer. And Ondrej Pavelec is going to hang on to it. An offensive chance for Nail Yakupov until this happens. Chance no more. 1-0 Jets.
On the rush through the neutral zone, the Winnipeg Jets on their last shift, Andrew Ladd and Frolik. Really well done, give and go, good scoring chance. On the breakout, so important. Watch Haluschuk with the little bunt back to Trouba. That is a terrific breakout. The Haluschuk had no options ahead of him. And then, of course, Jacob Trouba on the big hit against the big Russian Yakupov. Yakupov was in behind everybody, but Trouba turned around, saw it fast enough, and he can motor. He got across there, and when Yakupov stopped up, I can guarantee you he won't stop up the next time. Note to self, guy hits hard.
2 back-to-backs left for the Winnipeg Jets. They are both on the road. Edmonton tonight, Vancouver tomorrow, and on the last road trip of the year, it will be into Minnesota on Monday, into St. Louis on Tuesday. Benoit Pouliot plays it back. Marincin through for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. For Eberle. Eberle is stopped at the line. Scheifele back with Wheeler and Stafford. And the pass for Stafford, the drop pass from Wheeler, comes outside the line.
Oh yeah, that was just barely outside the line, and there's a really good scoring chance gone askew too, because they had a bunch of Oilers trapped in the neutral zone. Drew Stafford has made an impact with this team. You have to remember that he's also played both sides. Played a little left wing, a little right wing. Now he's back on the left side. He is putting up some good numbers, and you can tell he's getting really comfortable.
Cleared in behind the Edmonton net. Ben Scrivens snaps it up the glass. Trying to hold it in at the line is Jacob Trouba. He does. Frolik jams it down for Lowry. Lowry puts on the brakes, leaves for Frolik. Frolik trying to get away from Justin Schultz. Mark Stewart behind the net for Lowry. 1-0 Jets. Lowry jammed it into the paint, and the Oilers come up with it. Miller will clear, but right onto the stick of Ladd. Lowry was in behind the defense, but couldn't pick up that pass cleanly. Bouncing puck at the line. Trouba has to be careful with it. Lowry to the front of the net. Ladd from Frolik, and Frolik got knocked down before he could get a stick on that, and Miller to the line, but the Oilers can't clear as Taylor Hall couldn't pick that one up cleanly. Michael Frolik along the boards, had it, lost it. Now Frolik gets some help there from Slater. Slater goes down to the ice along with Taylor Hall. And the Oilers will control. Klefbom.
What a brilliant shift that was for the Jets.
Here comes Slater with Yuri Tlusty. Tlusty to the short side. And Ben Scrivens makes the save and holds it. 1-0 Jets. The goal by Stafford. Closed captioning is delivered by Pizza Hotline. Order the hotline heavy tonight. Big taste, small price.
Lowry, Frolik, and Ladd put on a clinic on their last shift. Watch, it starts from behind the net here. Lowry to Frolik. Frolik brings it up to the point. Now, a smart play here to put it back around to the boards and not try to thread it through the middle. Lowry ends up with a wraparound scoring chance. And watch this play. Lowry to the front of the net. The one-touch pass from Frolik. Unfortunately, he put it on the backhand side for Ladd, and he would have liked to place that a little bit better. But that just shows his awareness of where his line mates are. That one-touch pass had a great scoring chance written all over it. Really good shift by that line.
Los Angeles Kings defeating New Jersey, so Los Angeles back to within 2 points of the Winnipeg Jets. Odd man rush now for Edmonton. Derek Roy to the front of the net. And Tyler Myers got back and got a piece of that. Enstrom snaps it around the boards. It doesn't get out. Myers now up for Stepniak. Back for Myers. Myers slows it down. Pulls it away from Yakupov. Gets it for Enstrom. Out at center. Unable to handle that cleanly was Yuri Tlusty. And play is stopped at the Jets line.
Toby Enstrom did a really good job on the 2-on-1 because he forced the pass early enough so Pavlik has the time to react. Tyler Myers gets caught. Now watch Enstrom. The puck is going to come left to right. Yakupov has to make it airborne, but Pavlik sees it happening well ahead of time. That puck is bouncing a little bit. Roy doesn't get a good handle on it, but Andre Pavlik is there. Well timed and well done by Toby Enstrom.
Jets 1 point back of Minnesota. And Minnesota leading Toronto 2-1 with just over 4 minutes left to go in regulation in that one. And Ottawa looks as though they may end the night in a playoff spot as they have a 4-2 lead on San Jose in the third.
They really got Boston shaken, that's for sure.
Yes. Adam Barty for Jay Harrison. Klinkhammer coming in on him. And it's sent back to the Edmonton line. Klefbom ahead for Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall stopped there by Eric O'Dell, and Klefbom on the loose puck. Sends the long floater in on Andre Pavlik. And with Klinkhammer coming in, Pavlik is going to hang on to it. 4:31 left to go in the opening period.
The Winnipeg Jets are doing a good job in their own zone of when they get to the puck. They have a winger really driving the defense of the Edmonton Oilers out of the zone. So Andre Pavlik is not seeing all 5 guys of Edmonton engaged all the time. It's been difficult for the Edmonton defense to stay in there, hang in there, and get involved offensively because they're afraid of that one winger leaving the zone for the Jets.
Saw Charlie Huddy in behind the Jets bench. Long-time Edmonton Oiler. The Keaton shot comes up and catches Blake Wheeler. And Wheeler is down inside the Edmonton line as that puck came up and caught him right in the face.
I think that went off his own blade. He was trying to get stick on stick, stick on puck, which is what you're taught to do. And sometimes you get betrayed by that. And that one, you can see, came right up in the face and missed his visor. So it looks like it's in the nose, mouth area. That'll be a loss. So check him out and see what's necessary to get him back out there. They need Blake Wheeler back out as quickly as possible.
The Keaton shot, and yes, it does go right up the shaft of Blake Wheeler's stick. And he will head to the Jets dressing room for some repairs.
Paul Maurice reassessing what he's going to do with the lines now, who he can move around and give it the same look. He obviously has no idea when he's going to get Wheeler back.
Face-off will be in the Jet zone.
They're taking a little time to clean up some of the blood there that Wheeler was cut on the play.
Only 4:23 left in the opening period, so that is a bit of a benefit for the Winnipeg Jets. And right now you just hope that Blake Wheeler is all right. Myers with the lead pass. Ladd quickly on for Lowry and on for Frolik into the Edmonton zone. Bouncing puck came dangerously in front of the Edmonton net. And Klefbom is there to take it away. Plays it for Schultz behind his own net. And Justin Schultz back for Klefbom. Drew Stafford, the only goal of this game. At center, snapped in by Schultz. Derek Roy plays it for Teddy Purcell. Purcell couldn't pick it up cleanly against the checking of Myers. Frolik trying to get it back to Myers.
Good stick there by Tyler Myers. He had a good stick, otherwise there's a scoring chance.
Michael Frolik in, lost the bouncing puck against the checking of Klefbom. And Klefbom will backhand it in. Jacob Trouba pulls away from Taylor Hall. Up for Stafford. Stafford with Trouba heading to the front of the net. In for Scheifele. Thorburn on this line now. Scheifele to the front of the net. Thorburn was there. Where is it? And did this go up and into the netting? And then back into play?
I think so, yeah. I lost it off of Scrivens, too. The puck did get through all the way. Breakout really well done here again. Myers to the half wall, the one-touch pass right in the middle to Lowry. The one-touch pass to Frolik. That is outstanding stuff, and then they track it down. And here's Myers' stick against Yakupov down low. That would have been a slam dunk. Good scoring chance there for Yakupov, and that long reach of Tyler Myers stopped it.
Drew Stafford being watched by Anton Lander. Jets coming off the 3-game home winning streak, a 4-game winning streak overall. Jets with 20 home wins now. They had 18 last year. They had 23 in their first year in Winnipeg. Nikita Nikitin, only 36 games played this year because of injury, has it behind his own net for Edmonton. Taylor Hall back in the lineup for the second game after missing 20 with a leg injury. Penalty coming up, and it is going to be Miners, matching Miners, right in front of the Edmonton bench.
Anton Lander was involved in it. Both teams trying to make a line change, so just a couple of pushes and shoves, and Chris Thorburn looks like is the culprit for the Jets, and Lander for Edmonton. Just one of those things that happen when you have crossing patterns going to your respective benches. Actually, it started with Stafford. Stafford got a pretty good shot in there. The initial collision, I believe, was Lander and Scheifele. Scheifele was tired, so I think Stafford came in and gave him a little clip on the back of the head, and then Thorburn waded his way in there and kind of settled things. And the bottom line is it's 2 each for the Jets and the Oilers.
So we'll see some 4-on-4 action here in Edmonton. Well, and maybe more than just offsetting Miners. Drew Stafford is now making his way to the penalty box as well.
So they did catch him. They did show that shot to the back of the head. Thorburn was the one who went there initially, and Stafford was on his own bench.
Power play for Edmonton.
Playing possum. We're pleading insanity here, trying to hide. They found him.
Edmonton's power play has been on fire as of late. 0 for 4 against Philadelphia, but 12 power play goals in the last 7 games for Edmonton. Justin Schultz lead the Oilers in power play time, just under 3 minutes average per game. Jacob Trouba at 3.5 per game leads the Jets in penalty killing time. And Trouba's out there now, gets the puck to Frolik, and Michael Frolik will send it out to center ice. With the shorthanded goal by Adam Lowry against Washington, the Jets now with 9 shorthanded goals on the season. 7 have come on the road. Pouliot stopped there, and Lowry will clear it down the ice. And yes, Adam Lowry's first career shorthanded goal was into an empty net, but it speaks to the youth and how Paul Maurice uses his young players. The fact that late in a 2-0 game, Adam Lowry was out there killing penalties.
Well, he's earned it too. He's a very intelligent player, and he's earned the right to get those chances.
Lee Stempniak first on the loose puck and sends it back into the Edmonton zone.
That's really well played by Stempniak. He's under pressure. He's got a guy right on his tail, and he doesn't go around the back of the net. He probably would have been caught. He got it right out through the middle.
Taylor Hall trying to find some speed around Tyler Myers. That is not easy. And Tyler Myers comes up with the puck and clears it down the ice.
With that long reach, Myers can just take care of rushes so easily. Players think that they're by him, and then they aren't.
He said he has worked since he's arrived in Winnipeg. He has spent a lot of time with Charlie Huddy working on using that long reach to his advantage. And boy, it's done some good things for him.
Well, there's no doubt the best way to use it is to disguise it, not be reaching full length all the time so players aren't aware. Zdeno Chara is outstanding at that because you think you're by him and then nope, he's got another 2 feet of reach.
Left bomb at the line, slap shot to the front of the net. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins stopped by Andre Pavlik. Out of the penalty box is Stafford as the Jets clear it down the ice. We're into the final 25 seconds now of period number 1. And the Jets successful on the penalty kill. Pouliot dangerously to the front of his own net. Now plays it off the glass out at center. Taken by Adam Lowry, and he'll pitch it back in to the Edmonton zone. Lowry in on the forward check, cleared out at center ice, and grabbed off by Stepniak. For Toby Enstrom. Enstrom gets tripped up by Pouliot as the first period comes to an end.
Outstanding work by the Jets. Early on, a little bit of pressure for Edmonton. They never really got into the middle of the ice in the Jets zone. Jets really efficient moving the puck in all 3 zones, and a terrific goal by Stafford.
Drew Stafford has the goal as the Edmonton Oilers make their way off the ice here at Rexall Place. There was some bumping in that opening period. Forward had a couple on the veteran Andrew Ference, and there's the goal. Drew Stafford, his 16th of the year. 1-0 Jets after 1. Welcome back to Rexall Place in Edmonton as the Winnipeg Jets make their way onto the ice. There's the goal scorer in this game, Drew Stafford, as the Jets have the 1-0 lead. 7-6 were your shots in that opening period, and the goal by Stafford was unassisted as he picked off a cross-ice pass and went in and scored his 16th goal of the season.
When you see the shot 7-6, you think, well, maybe not much action in that period. I actually thought it was a pretty good period. There was a lot of tempo to the game, and it was Edmonton that set the tempo early on. They had a couple of really good shifts early, and they forced the Jets to get more efficient inside their own zone. Blake Wheeler was injured towards the end of that first period. He deflects this shot, and unfortunately the deflection goes right up. Looks like it hit him in the mouth or the nose area. He went down right away, was in difficulty, and we don't see him back out there on the bench yet. Pretty obvious it is, but shot to the face, we don't know the degree of it. We'll see if he ends up coming back at any time soon.
We will wait for official word from the Winnipeg Jets as to Blake Wheeler's status for the rest of his game. Jacob Trouba. Good first period as Trouba with 8 minutes and 12 seconds of ice time. Mark Stewart was over 8 minutes as well. Tyler Myers, 8 minutes and 22 seconds. And Drew Stafford with the game's only goal. Second period sees Scheifele at center, Stafford on the left side, and Matt Halischuk over on the right side on this line. So we saw Chris Thorburn there in the opening period. We may see a bit of a rotation. Pouliot in on goal, and Pavlik got a piece of that as Pouliot came in on that offside, had some room. Stewart. That pass ahead for Scheifele, on for Stafford, couldn't clear. Everly holds it in for Schultz, and then Stewart takes over for the Jets. For Jacob Trouba, ahead for Halischuk. Halischuk will jam it out at center. Stafford cuts from the left side to the right. Scheifele to the front of the net, couldn't get a stick on it. Tyler Myers lays it back in behind the net. It bounces off the stick of Stafford. And Klefbom will send it for Schultz, and back for Klefbom. And now back for Schultz. For Nail Yakupov. Gets it to center no further. Frolik sends it ahead for Ladd. In with Lowry. Ladd shot, and that goes off the stick of Schultz and into the netting. And a couple of Jets were late coming out. Thorburn is now making his way onto the Winnipeg Jets bench.
You might be right, Dennis. We might see an auditioning on that wing, but if Halushak keeps making little plays like that, he'll get some more chances in. And watch the work as you get inside the zone here with Scheifele going to the net along with Stafford. That's a good 1-2-3 punch coming out of your end and turning it into something.
Mark Fane plays it around the boards. Back forward, Tyler Myers. Nail Yakupov breaks this up at center. Up for Teddy Purcell. Purcell trying to drag it and fire it. Couldn't get the shot through. And Pavlik makes the save on the short side. And speaking of injuries, Andrew Ference. We have not seen him since that altercation with Chris Thorburn. And when we look at his ice time in the opening period for Ference, only 2 minutes and some seconds, 27 seconds for him. So Todd Nelson down a defenseman.
Yeah, good point. That was a big collision. Both of them were big. I don't think he expected to get hit that hard by Thorburn. He should, because that's what Thorburn does. Could have been the first one, could have been the second hit, but they were both big impacts.
Malusti gets it out at center. Slater has to go back into his own end. Harrison for Party. Party's pass got blocked by the skates of Anton Lander. Now for Taylor Hall. And Andre Pavlik snares that on the short side and hangs on.
2 big saves already for Andre Pavlik. The Jets a little bit sloppy in the early stages here in their own end, not moving the puck very well, turning the puck over at the blue line. There's another one. You get all of your forwards trapped. Party gets himself trapped, but good positioning by Harrison cuts off the angle so that Hall really just has to pull the trigger. Although this is a harder play than you think for Harrison, because if you go on Hall too quickly, that left shot on the right side, he could fake you out, move into the middle, and really get a good look at the net. So Harrison just pushed them outside and kept them there.
Taylor Hall with 11 points in 6 career games against the Winnipeg Jets. So we talk about Drew Stafford and his numbers against the Edmonton Oilers, 9 goals in 10 career games. Taylor Hall has done some damage in previous games against the Winnipeg Jets. Stafford in behind the net. Loose puck is grabbed off by Schultz. Schultz couldn't get anywhere. Schultz leads the Oilers in average per game ice time. Backhand shot by Myers is steered away by Scrivens. Enstrom pinching in from the line. Klinkhammer gets it out the center. And Tyler Myers will rifle it right back in. Jets on the line change. Frolik to the front of the net. And Scrivens will stop that and hold it.
Tyler Myers did a heck of a job in the last game against the Washington Capitals, especially against Alexander Ovechkin. By the third period, there were stages there where Ovechkin was lining up on the opposite side of the ice and attacking against Toby Enstrom to see if his luck would be any better, because he couldn't get by the big guy on his rushes, and that says a lot about how well Tyler Myers played, because Ovechkin is at the top of his game, #1 in the National Hockey League in goal scoring, and he has been filling the net over the last month or so. Myers did a great job of shutting him down.
Face-off in the Edmonton zone. Pouliot in to take the face-off against Lowry after Ryan Nugent-Hopkins got tossed. Andrew Ladd at the side of the net. Couldn't get a stick on it. At the line, Trouba quickly for Mark Stewart. In for Michael Frolik, and that shot blocked by Pouliot. Eberle from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He thought Ryan Nugent-Hopkins was going up the boards, and Nugent-Hopkins had cut to the middle of the ice, so that allows the Jets to control. High shot from the line over top the net by Mark Stewart. And Eberle back into his own zone. 58 points on the year for Eberle, leads the Oilers in that category. Trouba around for Michael Frolik, gloves it down, pass up the middle, on for Trouba, and offside, called at the line, a collision in center ice, and that gave some room for Trouba to cut into the Edmonton line.
I talked to Adam Lowry a little bit this morning, and of course he's gotten a lot of ice time with Brian Little out of the lineup. He's playing with Ladd and Frolik. That's a big step up for him. That's a #1 line. He talked about the fact that everybody wants to play with Fro, meaning Frolik, and that's not even mentioning Andrew Ladd, but he said Frolik is just so smart. I said, what does it do to your line? He says, you get so much more puck possession because he is so smart, turns so many pucks over. We have the puck a lot.
Stempniak in the Oilers zone, fires, Scrivens the save, rebound. Jay Harrison to the front of the net, and his stick was tied up. Taylor Hall Dangerously in front of his own net, turned it over! And the shot by Slater, and Scrivens makes the save.
A terrific chance there for Slater because of tenacity of Tulowitzki on the puck. It's a 1-2 punch. It's all about positioning. Taylor Hall thought he was going to hold on to the puck a little bit, maybe make a little move, maybe be able to carry it out. Well, no. When you got a guy dogging you, he thinks he's got room. Now watch Tulowitzki. He herds him into his own player, Hall that is, and then Hall turns the puck over. Slater in terrific position in the high slot, ready to go back if he has to. Gets the puck handed to him, and he gets a bit on net.
Winnipeg Jets 37 wins on the season. That equals last year. And that is the most since 43 wins in 06-07. Back bouncing puck taken by Enstrom. Couldn't clear. In front of the net, and a shot by Teddy Purcell, and that got blocked. Back to the blue line. Purcell steals for the Oilers, cuts around Scheifele. Purcell cross ice and knocked down by Enstrom. And jumping on it and grabbing it and hanging onto it is Andre Pavlik.
Toby Enstrom's smart. He knows where to be because Teddy Purcell makes a heck of a move on Scheifele right there. And then he also fakes Myers down, but Myers did the right thing. He took that play away into the immediate dangerous slot area. It's okay if he goes wide because Purcell's on his backhand. So then Purcell is too far gone to make really a good play on net by himself. He has to make the pass. Toby Enstrom gets that. He makes the play, and it's over.
Stewart up the boards. Schultz will send this back in behind Andre Pavlik. Oilers control. Taylor Hall. Shot to the front of the net, steered away by Trouba, who had inside position on Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Adam Lowry stopped inside the line. Whether that was Matt Hendricks in front of Andre Pavlik that Trouba took the puck away from. Here comes Michael Frolik, and a bouncing puck off the stick and high. Mark Stewart jumps in from the line, couldn't hold it in. Andrew Ladd back at center for Trouba. Trouba in on Klefbom, and the shot goes off the stick of Klefbom and out of play.
Ladd and Frolik again with a terrific 1-2 punch. They got a scoring chance, which was taken away just at the last second by a good stick. Watch this in the neutral zone here. A little bump off the wall. They catch Klefbom. Frolik gets on his horse, and he gets a scoring chance, but Justin Schultz gets the stick back there just in time and deflects that one, and that one just barely crawled up and over the crossbar. But those two guys developing terrific chemistry over the last weeks as well.
Jets minus Blake Wheeler. Took a puck in the face area in the opening period. A shot from Nikita Nikitin that came off Wheeler's stick and seemed to catch him in the mouth area. Tyler Myers breaks this up at center. Off of Stempniak, back for Myers, and now back for Stempniak. To the line, chops it in. There to clear it out at center ice was Klefbom, and it's back taken by Toby Enstrom. For Myers and back for Yuri Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki with some room on the left side around Mark Payne, centered. Slater in front, score! A loose puck in front gets batted home. Lee Stempniak and Jim Slater there, and it looked as though it was Stempniak that got the last whack at it. And the Jets with a 2-0 lead.
This is a really good-looking line that could really be a big difference maker for the Jets. Tulowitzki with some good speed wide, controls the puck, and then just throws it in the paint. And then Slater goes to the net, gets the first jam at it, but he loosens it up. Scrivens can't find it, and then there's Stempniak. It's laying right there, and he gets an easy one in the short side. But it started off the rush with Tulowitzki using his speed, puck control, and Slater going to the net.
11 on the year now for Stempniak.
Number 20, Lee Stempniak.
Halischuk sends it in.
To number 91, Yuri Tulowitzki.
Torbert is after it.
37, Tyler Myers.
Tulowitzki and Myers
31 seconds.
on the assists. Eric O'Dell back for Adam Party, and Party plays it back in behind the Edmonton net. The Oilers having trouble getting out of their own zone against the forechecking of the Jets. Adam Party cuts to the middle and had it get away from him. Miller in on the offside. Andrew Miller, the wrist shot, the rebound. Lander with the opportunity, and he blasted that one wide.
Party got a stick on that one.
Some good speed from the youngster Andrew Miller. Halistruck sends it in. That gets steered away from the front of the net by Scrivens. High slot for Lowry. Back for Jacob Trouba to the front of the net. That got batted away, and Taylor Hall breaks down the left side. Hall pulls it back. Sharp angle shot. Save made by Ondrej Pavelec, and Pavelec will hang on to it. So a couple of chances for the Oilers, but it remains 2-0 Jets.
Jets on TSN, brought to you by Subway Restaurant. Get your favorite sub made just the way you like it. Subway, eat fresh.
Adam Party turns a wrong into a right. He gets caught right side of your screen inside the zone. He's going to get caught right here, but he's going to hustle back. Great positioning by Halistruck right there. Great hit on the wall, so Harrison can make the play one-on-one. And watch in the middle of your screen, that's Party coming back. A good scoring chance. He got a piece of that one and deflected it. So he hustled back, got into the right place, and turned a wrong of getting caught into a right by deflecting that puck.
And that scoring chance by Andrew Miller. This is his third NHL game. The Frozen Four MVP from 2013. Talk about players no longer in this game. Boyd Gordon out of the game for the Edmonton Oilers with a back injury. Yakupov back into his own zone. Jets in front 2-0. Goals by Stafford and Stempniak. Teddy Purcell gets to center. He got stopped there by Stafford. Thorburn is on it. Thorburn up the board, trying to get it ahead for Scheifele. Thorburn now takes it away from Teddy Purcell, and here comes Stafford. He'll leave for Scheifele as they crisscross at the line. Scheifele gets rubbed up by Nikitin, and the long pass stopped at the line by Toulouse. The shot, and that goes off a stick and wide. Centered out front, and another shot went off a stick and wide. And Teddy Purcell is on it. Purcell sends it into the Winnipeg Jets zone. Change for the Oilers. Myers, as Toulouse got bumped in behind the play. Mark Fane back for it. This is going to be an icing call against the Winnipeg Jets.
Lee Stempniak with the second goal in this game for the Winnipeg Jets. I thought Slater touched this one at the net, but he did not get an assist. But the play was made by Toulouse. Toulouse going wide and throwing it into the paint. Slater, I think, is going to end up with an assist later on. So far, they've given it to Myers, but the bottom line is the Jets don't care. They got it in the back of the net, and it's 2-zip.
Face off to the right of Ondrej Pavelec. Ondrej Pavelec, one of two goaltenders in the NHL with 40 or more games played for 6 straight years with the same franchise. The other player is Jimmy Howard, and Henrik Lundqvist sits at 39, so his next game, he will go into that group as well. Down the left side for Enstrom, and ahead now. Stempniak chases it. Stempniak knocks it out of midair. Stempniak in the corner with Martin Marincin. Toulouse there as well. Toulouse trying to get away from Matt Hendricks. Enstrom to Adam Lowry to the short side, and that got steered away. And now Lowry in with a big hit on Klinkhammer. Klinkhammer sends it into the Jet zone. Pavelec leaves it for Myers.
That Slater line getting a little extra work too. A well-deserved goal, so they got to shift right back out there again.
Adam Lowry into the Edmonton zone, stopped by Mark Fane. Eberle slips it through. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins drops it back for Pouliot. The slap shot stopped by Ondrej Pavelec, and the Jets will clear it at center. Back in, Jacob Trouba breaks that up and sends it back out to center. Nikita Nikitin will hammer it back in to the Jet zone. Stewart jams it up the boards. Andrew Ladd Plays it back for Mark Stewart. Ahead for Frolik. Frolik gets to the red line, sends it in, and he will head to the bench on the line change. So no Blake Wheeler. So Paul Maurice has had to juggle his lines here a little bit. We have Halistruck, O'Dell, and Talusti. The line right now. Halistruck back into the Edmonton zone. O'Dell waits for it on the far side. Puts it to the front of the net. That got steered away. Jay Harrison snaps it back into the Edmonton zone.
Showing a lot of faith in Jiri Talusti. That was basically double shifting there on different lines. He was out with the Slater line first.
Scheifele puts it to the front of the net. Back to the line for Adam Pardy. Adam Pardy dances it to the front of the net. And that is off a skate. Near side boards, Pardy. Back for Stafford. His shot blocked by Klefbom. Stafford is on it again. Derek Roy breaks it up at the side of the net. And Teddy Purcell is on it. Word from the Winnipeg Jets, Blake Wheeler is expected to return at some point in this game. So that is good news. Adam Pardy sends it in, heads to the bench. Andrew Ladd. Oh, he had Frolik at the side of the net. Scrivens is down. Frolik is on the puck. Backhand shot. That got blocked. Frolik for Andrew Ladd. Away from Derek Roy. At the line for Myers. Now for Enstrom. In for Lowry. Lowry tries to work it free. Keeping a close eye on him was Nikita Nikitin. And now Derek Roy takes it away from Frolik. Frolik knocked Derek Roy down. Off the boards to the line. Kicked back deep by Tyler Myers. It is all Jets right now with this line of Lowry, Frolik, and Ladd. Myers at the line. That stick just wasn't quite long enough.
They did a heck of a job against that Derek Roy line. For me, Derek Roy's line's been the best for Edmonton. They really shut him down on their own end.
Back in for Stempniak. Stempniak with the Jets' second goal here in this period. Stempniak trying to get it to the line, picked off and cleared out in center. Jacob Trouba sends it right back in. Only been one power play in this game. That has gone to the Edmonton Oilers. Stewart chipping it back for Stempniak. Stempniak working it off the sideboards against the checking of Matt Hendricks. Now for Talusti. Cross ice for Trouba. And Taylor Hall just got a piece of that. Or Trouba had nothing but room. Hall steals from Stempniak. Taylor Hall the shot. Saved by Pavlik. And the rebound grabbed off by Trouba.
That's a bad turnover in the neutral zone, but Stewart played it well and kept Hall to the outside.
Scheifele through center, back into the Edmonton zone. Marincin plays it on the left side, out at center, deflected by Klinkhammer. Harrison's pass off a stick. Klinkhammer slap shot. Pavlik got enough of it. Back at the line. Kept in by Marincin. Side of the net. Pavlik stops it. Now some Oiler pressure. And Andre Pavlik got the blocker up on the nail. Yakupov chance. Thorburn back in as the game gets opened up here a little bit offensively. Stafford on it. Plays it back for Pardy. For Harrison. Shot from the line over top the net. Stafford gets it away from Yakupov. In for Ladd. Ladd twisting and turning. Ladd on the loose puck though. Harrison off the backboards for Stafford. Bounced away from him. And the Oilers will just get rid of it. And wide of Andre Pavlik. And an icing call against Edmonton.
Andre Pavlik with a couple of really big key saves. Yeah, there have been some mistakes in this second period by the Winnipeg Jets and some turnovers. But the Jets in situations, or that one from Yakupov, that was the quick play from behind. Here's the play from Stempniak where he turns it over. But watch how it's played. Hall's had a couple of these opportunities, but he hasn't been able to get to the middle because that was Mark Stewart in the middle of the ice. And he kept Hall to the outside so that Pavlik knows, okay, I got a lefty on the left side. The angle is good for me, the goaltender, and I can make that save. We've got a timeout called here. Pavlik especially busy early on in the game in the first period as Edmonton came out with a good push, and then a couple of isolated chances here in the second. He has been really solid. Challenge at the right time, but quiet. He's not all over the place. We've seen him in the past where he starts to play the net like it's a little wider than it really is. And you haven't seen any indications of that. And he has made spectacular saves. That's one of his best just moments ago against Nail Yakupov.
5 minutes and 36 seconds between whistles. Andre Pavlik solid again, and as a result of that 5:36 without a whistle, and then the icing call, Todd Nelson, the coach of the Oilers, calls a timeout. Yakupov off the boards, and Myers back for it for Enstrom. Rink wide now for Michael Frolik. In with Ladd, wide on Fane. Schultz comes across to break it up. Trying to clear is Pouliot. It's turned over and the Jets control. Michael Frolik to the front of the net, and that just went wide. Pouliot now with pressure coming, just gets rid of it and sends it out at center where Yuri Tlusty gets it back for Trouba. Over for Enstrom, back for Party, or rather for Adam Lowry, away from him. And back into the Jet zone where Trouba's on it. Trouba got spilled in the corner. Eberle tried to get it back for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He got rubbed out by Enstrom. Lowry down low to help out. Enstrom stays with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. And the puck for Jacob Trouba. No room one way, so Trouba will go the other way. Stempniak stopped at the line by Klefbom. And now the Oilers having the Jets in their own end. Enstrom finds Lowry. Lowry will find Stempniak wide on Klefbom, and Klefbom takes it away from him. Delayed offside against Edmonton as Eberle was way in ahead of the play. Marincin waits for everyone to get onside and snaps it in. Trouba, Scheifele on for Stempniak. He got stopped at the line. Derek Roy trying to send it into open ice, but Yakupov was beaten to the puck there by Thorburn. Off the board, Stewart for Thorburn. And this will make its way back into the Edmonton zone. They wave off the icing. And Keaton slams it around the boards and all the way down the ice. And this is going to be another icing call against Edmonton.
I've been really impressed with Nail Yakupov. I think he's had a heck of a game. His game has come on this year. Craig McTavish, the GM, was talking about Yakupov this morning. And he said he's finally starting to learn how to use his other teammates, how to give and go, how to create space for himself. He went through that junior thing where he thinks, well, I can do it. I can make the moves that I used to. You can't.
Shot by Scheifele, and that whipped wide. And now play whistle down. Slashing call. Power play when we come back. Safeway's featured participating product for tonight's game is Nabob Coffee.
And that's Mark Fane sitting in the penalty box, left side of your screen. There's the chop across the stick of, I believe that was Drew Stafford. Breaks the stick right in half. Gets the referee's attention. Power play Jets.
First power play of the game for the Jets. Dustin Byfuglien leads the Jets in power play time at 3:53. He, of course, not in the lineup. Blake Wheeler is next at 3 minutes and 14 seconds. And right now, Blake Wheeler is not available as he took a puck to the face area in the first period. Is expected to return in this hockey game. That is the latest on Blake Wheeler. Oilers, meanwhile, minus Andrew Ference. There's another penalty coming to the Oilers. Oilers are minus Ference and Boyd Gordon. Stafford takes a high stick, and it will be a 5-on-3 for the Winnipeg Jets.
A key point in the hockey game here. It's a high sticking call in the corner. That's just careless. It's kind of a silly thing for Marincin to do. Just loses control of the stick, and yeah, it did ride up the hands or the stick of Stafford, but just not a good thought process here. So with a 2-goal lead and the Jets on the 5-on-3, a chance to really put some pressure on the Oilers.
16th time this season that the Winnipeg Jets have had a 5-on-3, and they have only managed 1 goal. They've had 12 minutes and 25 seconds of 5-on-3 time. Face-off between Mark Scheifele and Matt Hendricks, and Scheifele pulls it back. Kobe Enstrom fakes the shot. Finds Myers. Scheifele. Myers, Enstrom. Stafford is in front. Ladd's in the high slot. Scheifele looking off that backside. Near side kept in by Myers. Myers for Enstrom. 5-on-3 Jets. Myers scores! Tyler Myers! And the Jets have a 3-0 lead, and they will stay on the power play.
What a terrific shot by Myers. I mean, this is a heads-up shot. There's a bit of a screen on Scriven, but he just puts it right inside the post. They move it around. They were looking for a certain play. Nobody wanted to pull the trigger. But look at Myers with the great screen in front by Stafford. Look at his heads up. This is going to be a great look at it. He sees the alleyway. I can get it through here. Get it right by Stafford. Oh, you can't do it any better than that.
So as of now, a 2-point night for Tyler Myers. But that one assist may get reviewed. And the Jets stay on the power play. Cleared into center ice.
16 minutes.
Toby Enstrom, the only assist.
That 5-on-3 started to look like nobody wanted to shoot again. It's as if they were looking for a certain play to set up, and they couldn't get it set up. And then finally Myers just got it and goes, okay, let's get a shot here, get something going.
7th of the year for Myers, his second power play goal. 3-0 Jets. Calgary leading Colorado 2-1 after 2 periods. Los Angeles a winner in New Jersey. Minnesota a winner in Toronto. Trouba banks this off the boards, and Klefbom is there for Edmonton. 30 seconds left in the power play. Klefbom near side for Justin Schultz, and he'll send it in. Anton Lander gets it back to Matt Hendricks. He got spun around there by Jay Harrison. And Jacob Trouba has the puck. For Michael Frolik. He'll chip this in. Klefbom is after it. Cleared off the boards, but not out. And then on the second try, it'll get out to center ice. 2.5 to go, second period. Dennis Bayak, Brian Engblom, our TSN crew here in Edmonton. Power play now over. Oilers back at full strength. Taylor Hall couldn't pick it up. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins does. Back for Taylor Hall, now to Eberle. As the 3 offensive leaders of the Edmonton Oilers together here now late in the period. Shot from the line. Taylor Hall is on it. Hall to the front of the net. Good play cleared away there by Adam Pardy. Hall back for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Now for Jordan Eberle. Eberle spins it up the boards for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Taylor Hall puts it behind the net. Trouba takes it in for Stempniak. Stempniak stopped, is in from the line, is 6'4" Nikita Nikitin. A scrum in the corner in the Jet zone. Comes loose for Taylor Hall, and Pavlik got a piece of that with his pad. Cross ice feed at the line. Mark Fane trying to hold it in, and he will. Big time pressure here by Edmonton. Nikitin for Fane, and now a cross-checking penalty to the Oilers in front of the Jets net. All sorts of pressure by Edmonton, and Taylor Hall will go to the box. Myers with the goal.
Closed captioning is delivered by Pizza Hotline. Order the Hotline Heavy tonight. Big taste, small price.
Taylor Hall in the penalty box for cross-checking. He nullifies a really good flurry for Edmonton. He just comes in trying to make a little extra space for himself. Trouba goes down. Taylor Hall in his second game back after missing 20 games. He's missed 28 all season long because of that. He's only got 31 points after having 80 points last year. And you know what, Dennis? Even after after missing 28 games, he's still third on the team in scoring.
They need him healthy. They need him on the ice, but he's in the box right now for 2 minutes. And it did not come at a good time. Chance for Andrew Ladd, and he whipped that one wide because that line put together Nugent Hopkins, Everly, and Hall. They had the Leafs, or the Jets, on the run. Taken on the left side by Toby Enstrom. Enstrom trying to get it down low, and this gets batted back into the Jet zone. Andre Pavlik is going to come out and play it ahead for Drew Stafford. Back for Myers. Now for Enstrom. Enstrom to the line and in. Ladd plays it in behind the net for Scheifele. Trying to hold it in there with Stafford, could not. Jets trying to get back to within 1 point of Minnesota, where they started the night. Minnesota winning in Toronto by a score of 2-1. Another win for Devan Dubnyk.
Oh, what a story he's been. You couldn't get any more bang for your buck on a trade during the season than Minnesota has out of Devan Dubnyk.
Benoit Pouliot riding a 5-game point streak. Pavlik to save the rebound. Andre Pavlik got the left pad down. Short-handed chances for Edmonton. Off the back post, Stafford couldn't tip that home. Teddy Purcell at center had this get away from him, and the second period comes to an end.
Some mistakes by the Jets in the second period, and that guy has been there every time. That last sequence was simply brilliant. He just robbed Benoit Pouliot as the Jets give up a scoring chance. The rebound, and watch Pavlik has to shoot this left leg and arm back because Pouliot wasn't covered in front. Andre Pavlik with some magnificent saves here in this second period, and the Jets still with a healthy lead.
136 minutes and 52 seconds since Andre Pavlik has had a puck get by him, and the Oilers had 16 shots in that second period. But goals by Stempniak and Myers. Pavlik solid. There's the goal by Myers on the 5-on-3. And the Winnipeg Jets a 3-0 lead after 40 minutes. Welcome back to Rexall Place in Edmonton, where the Winnipeg Jets have a 3-0 lead on the Edmonton Oilers. 40 minutes done, and Tyler Myers, power play goal in that second period. And we'll take a look at the scoring summary. Lee Stempniak is 11th, came at 5:31. Slater got the assist now on that from Zalusti as well. And then Myers from Enstrom, and there's your shot. 16-8 in favor of Edmonton in that second period. And there is Blake Wheeler back on the Winnipeg Jets bench.
Oh, that is not a good feeling. Looks like he's got a couple of stitches on that lip. There are reports that he lost a couple of teeth. We'll find out. That is not fun. Been there, done that. Yeah, he's licking his lips pretty good there. I know that's like Dennis in the American League. I lost 4 teeth on a Friday. Couldn't get to the dentist till Monday. Ouch. That was a long weekend.
Yes. A lot of soup?
Yeah.
So the third period gets going. Mark Fane sends it down the ice. 35 seconds left in the minor penalty to Taylor Hall. And the Oilers had a couple of short-handed chances right before the period came to an end. Myers back into his own zone. Myers winds it up. Gets to center ice, no further. Scheifele will go back. Wheeler plays it down low, so that line is reunited. Scheifele with Stafford and Wheeler. Power play is over. And the Oilers pour back with Taylor Hall. In for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Tyler Myers again with that long reach. Stopped the shot, or prevented Ryan Nugent-Hopkins from getting that shot through. Klefbom for Schultz. And back for Klefbom. Jets will leave right after this game tonight. There's a chance. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins scores! So Ryan Nugent-Hopkins continues to have the hot stick for the Edmonton Oilers, his 23rd of the year. And the Oilers here early in the third are on the board.
Oscar Klefbom started this play through the neutral zone with some pretty good stick work. Stick handling, taking the zone right there. Then he'll dish it off and go to the net. That drives the Jets back. And then Nugent Hopkins, being the goal scorer that he is, just gets open. And he gets lucky because Taylor Hall wasn't even trying to pass to him. It went off a foot and went right to Nugent Hopkins in the slot.
So Ryan Nugent Hopkins, 11 points in 6 games now, in a 6-game point streak. And the Oilers turn it over. Ladd on a partial break. Ladd in on goal, fires, and Scrivens got a piece of it. Back to the line for Jacob Trouba. His pass is picked off and back now for Yakupov. This game gets opened up. Yakupov stopped there by Jay Harrison. Side of the net, Pavlik is down, and Pavlik will hang on to it. So Edmonton with a little jump to the stride now as they get on the board.
And they dodge a bullet, though, too. That Andrew Ladd breakaway had a great chance. Nikita Nikitin blows a tire, but here's the Edmonton Oilers coming in on the rush. Well defended there and pushed to the outside. And then let's go back to the goal. There's Hall. Hall is just trying to get it down to the net. And it goes off a leg, goes right to Ryan Nugent Hopkins, and he's in the prime scoring area and cashes in.
So Ondrej Pavlik's shutout streak ends at 138-02. At center ice, Slater chips it back in and goes in after it along with Justin Schultz. Centered Stempniak, and Scrivens another big save. Harrison unloads, and that went wide. And the rebound caroms all the way around. Boy, the Jets have had some chances.
The Slater line's been good. Their forechecking has been outstanding. That got them that chance again.
Scrivens plays it ahead for Jordan Eberle. Eberle for Ryan Nugent Hopkins to the line and in. Another shot that went high. Caroms around to the left point. Klefbom holds it in. Eberle is on it. Jordan Eberle to the side of the net. And Ondrej Pavlik grabs it and hangs on for the faceoff.
Let's go back to the Andrew Ladd breakaway chance. Nikita Nikitin blows a tire here. And then Andrew Ladd's away to the races, and he's got lots of speed. He's not going to be stopped. He tries to beat him on the short side. I think Scrivens got a piece of that. And then here's the forecheck by the Slater line. Terrific work by Palusti again. Gets it out to Stempniak. Stempniak took a hard hit, but he got a really good shot away on goal. This Slater line's been impressive in the game.
Wheeler for Scheifele. Enstrom takes that pass and attacks the Edmonton zone. Wheeler waits for it. Back for Stafford. Stafford opened the scoring in this game. Oilers control with Nikita Nikitin for Ryan Nugent Hopkins, and we will see plenty of this top line of the Edmonton Oilers here in the third period. Penalty coming up. It is going to be Tyler Myers, as he took Ryan Nugent Hopkins to the backboards with a trip. And now Edmonton down by 2 will go into the power play.
Well, the stick goes right in underneath the feet. Myers has him lined up, and he's just going to take him into the boards, but it becomes really dangerous when Nugent Hopkins steps on his stick, or Tyler Myers put his stick in that place and takes the foot out. And that's the balance foot right there. That's where most of his weight is on. You take that one out, he is helpless. And, of course, he falls right into the boards there. It is a dangerous play. Myers trying to get the angle on him. It didn't look intentional, but it ended up being pretty dangerous. Nugent Hopkins, I think, is okay, but a power play here for Edmonton.
Second power play of the game for Edmonton. Michael Krolik on the loose puck. He will clear it down the ice. 12 power play goals in the last 7 games for the Edmonton Oilers. Out at center for Nikitin. In for Derek Roy, knocked off of his stick. Roy goes after it. Plays it back to the line. Shot short side. Pavlik save. And Pavlik will hang on.
Nail Yakupov. He wanted that one. That was a good setup. He's been firing the puck. Yakupov's been really involved. He'll set up on the left side of your screen, moving in from the point. And Pavlik does a good job of knowing where everybody is. That's a nice pass from Hall. Pavlik's already there, and he makes the save.
Face off, Slater wins it. Off the backboards for Ladd. And Trouba to Ladd, and down the ice it goes, and Scrivens will stop it behind the net.
That's a good set play there. You can see Andrew Ladd knew exactly where he wanted to go to get that bounce off the end boards there on a face-off won by the Jets. That's really well done. Doing your homework, knowing where you're supposed to go, and getting the job done.
Wheeler, Ladd, Stewart, Trouba on the penalty kill. Yakupov for the Oilers out of his own end. 12 goals on the year for Yakupov. 5 have come on the power play. Yakupov sends it back to the line for Schultz. Pouliot, Eberle. Eberle with those sweet hands. Eberle into the high slot. Derek Roy couldn't pull the trigger on it. Oilers control the redirect, save made by Pavlik. Up the boards, and Ladd now with Stepniak, shorthanded. Ladd, Stepniak drives the net, and Scrivens makes the save off of Lee Stepniak. So Scrivens doing his part to keep this a 2-goal game. Lander couldn't get anywhere, and it's cleared by Adam Pardy. Nice pass, Ladd for Stepniak. A short-handed opportunity. Hopkins to the boards along with Slater, jammed away. Adam Pardy, puck comes loose. Slater in a battle. Slater trying to get it ahead for Stewart. Comes to the line for Schultz. Schultz gets it for Eberle, cross-ice speed, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins had to get away from him. 2 shots on that power play for Edmonton. Best scoring chance may have been the shorthanded chance for Stepniak, as the Jets with 9 shorthanded goals this season, looking to get the double digits, but Scrivens with a real good save. Frolik at center. Jets looking to change, so he'll send it deep. Jets into Vancouver after this game tonight for tomorrow's game with the Canucks. 2 games left yet between the Jets and the Canucks. Clefbaum for Matt Hendricks. Watched by Trouba, centered. No one could get a stick on it, and it's back into the Edmonton zone. 6 minutes now gone here in period number 3. Clefbaum plays it for Mark Fayne. At the line, Toby Enstrom. Stafford for Scheifele. Away from him, but Wheeler is on it. For Myers, for Enstrom, for Wheeler. Blocker save made, Scrivens. Jets changing. Enstrom realizing that the puck had come out. Elects to go back and stay on the ice. Stafford, and now Enstrom will make his way to the bench. Marincin plays it behind his own net. Marincin gets it back. Sends it ahead for Roy. Out at center, Yakupov trying to cut his way around Stewart, could not. Yakupov stays on it. Yakupov to the forehand and then the backhand, and he slipped it wide. And then he takes a run at Jacob Trouba. Those two have had battles all the way back to the World Juniors in Ufa. Back on the near side, Frolik stopped at the Oiler line. Derek Roy, 4 goals in his last 8 games. Tries to dance his way around Jay Harrison. Nothing doing there. Stepniak. Taylor Hall is on it. Hall back to the line. And Nikitin couldn't hold it in. Jay Harrison jams it out into the center ice area. Nikitin, rink wide pass. Miller tried to put it to the front of the net, could not. And the Jets start back. Yuri Talusti, Andrew Miller after him. Stepniak is after it. Puck gets away from him and the Oilers control. Anton Lander for Mark Fayne. Fayne ahead for Miller. He can fly. Andrew Miller wide. Miller centers. No one there. Fayne is in from the line. Jets fans chanting and the Oiler fans chanting. Talusti drops for Eric O'Dell off the side of the net. Eberle, Halishchuk is after him. Myers delays. Myers to the short side, blocked by Nikitin. Trying to work it out front was Halishchuk, and he got buried. Halishchuk runs into Pouliot. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Now for Eberle, stopped at the line. Good play by Enstrom. Thorburn. Myers delays. Myers Up for O'Dell, and O'Dell will get it to the line. Not out, kept in by Pouliot. And now Thorburn back for Enstrom. Enstrom comes near side for Thorburn. Oilers changing, and Thorburn sends it in. Gave Scrivens a little bit of a challenge. Schultz for Hall. Off the glove of Trouba. Left side, Klinkhammer save made, penalty coming. And the Oilers will get another power play. 3-1 in favor of the Jets. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with the Oiler goal, his 23rd.
The next player.
Jacob Trouba's in the penalty box. They called him for slashing. It could have been hooking. He tried to knock the puck out of the air, and he didn't get it. He slowed it down just enough for the Edmonton Oilers to get a chance. Last time on the penalty kill, look at this set play. Andrew Ladd goes right to the corner. That's really good construction and knowing exactly what you're supposed to do, and then still shorthanded. Andrew Ladd in good position again. This is the shorthanded chance by Lee Stempniak. He gets a really good bid on the net. So that was the last time the Jets were shorthanded, and if they can do equally well this time, they'll be very happy. Andrew Ladd knows exactly what he's supposed to do in all these situations, and he carried those off very well.
Power play for Edmonton, their third of the game. That last sequence without a whistle, 5 minutes and 33 seconds. So we had a sequence earlier, 5:36 without a whistle. Now 5:33. It was back and forth. Jets with 48 shot attempts in this game. Edmonton 42.
There was the similar play. This time it was Frolik. Just went to the corner, the one face-off off the end wall and back down the ice, just like we showed you with Ladd a minute ago.
Justin Schultz back into his own zone. Schultz. Left side, Anton Lander cutting wide on Adam Pardy. Slater's on the loose puck. He gets pressured. Good play by Pardy now to Mark Stewart. And Mark Stewart will rattle it off the advertising wall, and down the ice it goes. Wheeler in on the forecheck. Oilers, Schultz winds his way to the Jets line, drops it for Anton Lander. Rink wide pass. Teddy Purcell's after it. Purcell for Eberle. Oilers with the man advantage. Eberle from Anton Lander. Eberle in a battle there for that puck with Ladd. Eberle for Teddy Purcell. Purcell to the short side. Save made Pavlik and cleared away by Enstrom. Back to the line. Schultz goes cross ice. 40 seconds in the power play. Lander to the front, and it was knocked away. Blake Wheeler one-on-one. Ladd joins the rush. Wheeler fires to the short side. That just missed. Wheeler looking for his fourth shorthanded goal of the year. Taylor Hall back for Edmonton. Hall puts on the brakes. Back to the line. Nikitin goes cross ice, and play whistle down. Is it too many men on the ice for Edmonton? Yes, it is.
Big break there for the Winnipeg Jets as Edmonton on the fly trying to get a line change, and they get too many guys out. Look at too many guys pouring over the boards there. Good call. Heads up play. Blake Wheeler on that last rush, faking like he's going to go outside. He just lost his balance a little bit. He put a lot of energy into that shot. It literally threw him off balance. I'm sure he's not quite right. It's pretty tough when you got a puck right in the mouth in the first period, trying to get yourself right. Just having Wheeler back out there, though, is a big shot in the arm for the team because he does kill penalties. He gets some power play time, and of course he has the puck on the stick an awful lot.
Winnipeg Jets now 14 for 14 in the last 5 games on the penalty kill. And it will be Taylor Hall that will go over and serve the penalty, as the Jets bench was all up about the too many men on the ice. And veteran referee Brad Meyer kind of looked over and said, relax, I've got it. So the Jets will get their 4th power play of the game in 21 seconds, barring any more calls. Face-off win by Benoit Pouliot. Matt Hendricks Takes it in behind his own net, so we've got 4-on-4 for another 10 seconds. We're into the back half of the third period. Jets with the 3-1 lead. Matt Hendricks, long slap shot. Pavlik the save. Tyler Myers up the boards for Mark Scheifele. Scheifele to the line, finds Stafford. Stafford curls into the Edmonton zone, spins around the check of Nikita Nikitin. Scheifele, Myers, Enstrom, rink wide, Scheifele! And Anton Lander got his stick in front of that and deflected that up and out of play. Player profile brought to you by Asante, providing complete financial advice. In tonight's player profile, Mark Scheifele.
Mark Scheifele's having a heck of a year. He's really building on the blocks that he started last year. He's getting more and more ice time, more and more responsibilities. His line has been the best line over the last handful of games for the Jets, and they've produced in this game too. 13 points in the last 12 games coming into tonight for Mark Scheifele. No shots on goal for him in this game. 4 hits in just over 18 minutes of ice time, and he's 57% in the face-off department. Scheifele on the attack. Feeds it through for Myers. 1 minute left in the power play. Wheeler. Back for Scheifele, back for Wheeler. Enstrom for Stafford. Myers is all the way down in front of the net. Stafford finds Wheeler. Teddy Purcell goes after Wheeler, so he slips it back. Enstrom the shot, and Scrivens got a piece of that with his left pad, and it's up and out of play. Let's go back to what Paul Maurice talked about before the game. He said, how's it going to look halfway through the game? I think he was pretty happy halfway through the game. We're now halfway through and beyond the third period. His team has been composed. Yeah, it's been a little choppy at times. His goaltender has been there for him. But you never got the feeling that there was that antsy play, that the Jets were trying to make stuff out of nothing and playing out of character against this Edmonton team that's at the bottom of the standings.
Harrison, a shot for Frolik, the rebound, scores! Michael Frolik on the rebound, 17 on the year for Frolik, and it is a 4-1 game.
Well, if anybody should benefit from being in good position, it should be Michael Frolik. He just gets it. He knows the game. Whether it's a power play situation or a 5-on-5, this power play has Frolik reading the play. He's the highest guy. He gets a little bit of luck there. That first rebound comes out to Andrew Ladd right here into his feet. He can't control it. Goes right to the stick of Frolik. And Frolik one-times it before Scrivens can get back into the net. Looks like he gets maybe a little piece of it there. An excellent effort there for Scrivens, but well done by Michael Frolik.
So Andrew Ladd should get an assist on that goal. That would be his 34th assist of the year, which would tie a career high for Andrew Ladd. And he does pick up an assist on the goal, as does Jay Harrison. And the Jets with a 4-1 lead, a couple of power play goals in this game. Ladd with his 58 points of the year, now one shy of his career high for points in a season. The Jets trying to get to 88 points, which would be the third highest. Shot, Pavlik to save. Benoit Pouliot for Justin Schultz. That goes off Ladd and wide. Frolik at center. Ladd's on his way to the bench. And Stewart takes it. Cross ice. Jacob Trouba. Yuri Tlusny heads to the net. And Jacob Trouba's shot goes off a stick and out of play. We will step aside for a minute. Jets in front by a score of 4-1 here in the third. Shop at Safeway today. Watch future Jets on TSN telecasts. You can win an all-inclusive trip for two to a Grand Bahia Principe Resort, courtesy of redtag.ca, where Canada shops for great travel deals. Shop at Safeway today. You could be our next lucky winner.
When you're in the scoring zone, you have to be ready for anything to happen. Michael Frolik was ready for the puck to come to him. He got some luck on the rebound off of Ladd's feet, right on the Frolik stick, and you can see there were Oilers everywhere, but it barely touched Frolik's stick, and it was away, gone, on the net and in the net.
Slater, Stempniak, and Kelusky the line out now for the Winnipeg Jets. Ryan Little, Dustin Byfuglien, Ben Sherratt, Matthew Perreault on the trip with the Winnipeg Jets. Kelusky with the steal, and it slides into the glove of Ben Scrivens, but those 4 players not expected in the lineup tomorrow.
That guy needs a little luck right now, Jiri Kelusky. He's a goal scorer. He hasn't found the back of the net yet. He hasn't got his confidence. He has played a heck of a game here. He's really smart. His positioning, the way he's played with Slater and Stempniak, this line could be a real big bonus for them, especially if Kelusky can find his scoring time.
NHL game 699 for Lee Stempniak. And he has a goal in this game. Kelusky in on the forecheck, up the boards. Enstrom blocks the play from getting any further, and Myers now for Enstrom. Tight turn by Enstrom. Jams it out to center ice. Derek Roy back for Yakupov. Yakupov in on Enstrom. And Slater's there to take the puck for the Jets. Up for Wheeler. Wheeler delays, finds Stafford. Stafford opened the scoring in this game to extend his point streak to 6. Enstrom up the middle off a stick, and the Oilers will control Klefbom. Norlander stopped at center ice, and Blake Wheeler puts it back into the Edmonton zone. Schultz. Stafford is after him. Puck back into the Jet zone, and Michael Frolik is after it. Adam Pardy fakes one way, goes the opposite. Return pass for Pardy. Has to track it down. Pardy is up with it. And back for Mark Scheifele. Looking for the shot. Gets it right on. And Scrivens makes the save and hangs on for the faceoff. 5:04 left to go. The Jets are up by 3.
Mark Scheifele with a bid on that on his last shift as well. Good positioning again. Gave him that chance. He's got some really quick hands. Great release. Very quick release. There he is. He gets the rebound, and he just took it and got it away right away. And it was on target, on net. He had 5 shots on goal last night. Hasn't had as many bids here tonight, but you can see him starting to roll offensively.
Calgary has beaten Colorado by a score of 3-2, so that's a final. And more right now. There's a chance for Thornburg, and that is off a stick and out of play, and more it's looking right now like it is Calgary, Vancouver, Los Angeles, Winnipeg battling for 3 spots.
That pretty much puts a nail in the coffin for Colorado. I mean, it was a real long shot for them to get into the mix there, and losing that game hurts them big time.
At the line for Mark Stewart. Stewart's shot doesn't get through. Taylor Hall gets bumped, sends it into the Jet zone. Matt Hendricks, backhand shot. Another save for Ondrej Pavelec, his 31st of the game. The 31st shot that he has faced. He has stopped 30 of them. Ondrej Pavelec coming into this game tonight, being named the NHL's first star of the week. Coming into the game in his last 4 with a goals against average of .98 and a save percentage of .966. Adam Lowry, whose father Dave earlier today was named coach of the Canadian junior team. Toby Enstrom for Andrew Ladd, and the shot that went wide off the backboard. Scriven jumps on it and hangs onto it. So Adam Lowry on the top line, or the line with Ladd and Frolik. And here's Dave Lowry today. Here's his stats as a player. Over 1,000 NHL games played. Coaching in Victoria right now. And congratulations to Dave Lowry.
Outstanding. He was a terrific hockey player. His son's following in his footsteps.
Off a skate, Pouliot, who is riding a 5-game point streak, has it from the left side, and Ondrej Pavelec snares that out of midair to keep that scoring streak at 5 for Pouliot.
Good timing pattern here. Pouliot coming just on a little bit of a delay, and he gets the cross-ice pass. Pouliot's done a good job, actually, for the Edmonton Oilers this year. He's got 16 goals, and you take a look at the glove save there by Pavelec. 16 goals ties a career high for Pouliot playing on the top line. And he almost got one there, too. That was a redirect right over the net on that shot from the point from Schultz.
Drew Stafford off the boards and out. Schultz is after it. Wheeler's after him. And Klefbom is on it for Edmonton. For Schultz. Rink wide for Eberle. Nugent Hopkins to center, no further. Stopped by Wheeler, and Klefbom is chased back. Under 3.5 to go here in the third. Klefbom for Teddy Purcell. Now for Nail Yakupov. Heel drop for Purcell. Into the Jet zone. 5 Jets back inside their own line. And that forces a turnover by the Oilers. But they go in on the forecheck. Centered. Stempniak couldn't get a stick on it. Marincin from the line. Sailed that one high and wide. Off the boards. Marincin trying to hold it in. Does. And now Stewart kicks it ahead for Slater. Slater looking for Stempniak behind him. And Marincin back into his own zone. There's some size on the back end for the Oilers. Marincin is 6'4", Nikitin 6'4", Klefbom is 6'3". Rink wide pass, Odell. He got tied up. Thorburn looking to center it. Scriven stopped it. Thorburn trying to work it out front. Nikitin is there. He tight turns to get away from Thorburn. Taylor Hall. Slowly for the Oilers. Throws it cross ice. Nobody there. And Andrew Miller has to go back for it. Nikitin back for Miller, and he'll send it into the Jet zone. Lowry waits for it. It's around the boards. Schultz to the front of the net. A redirect and another save by Ondrej Pavelec.
Pavelec in good early position there, because that was a nasty change of direction. We had a little pushing and shoving here on a couple of different levels. Lowry involved, along with Taylor Hall, I believe. But that was a nasty change of direction there off the foot of Anton Lander. But Pavelec was out there on the edge of his crease. The play will develop to the left. And watch Pavelec come out here, and then the redirection. He's down, he's early. His senses are really sharp. He's reading the play well. His anticipation has given him a lot of saves over the last 5 games now, with 1:46 to go in the 5th.
Season high 4 straight wins for Ondrej Pavelec. This is his 5th straight start, and trying to turn it into his 5th straight win. 6 straight wins is his career high. Ondrej Pavelec in the last 6 games, 1.09 goals against average, and a penalty coming up to the Winnipeg Jets as Ryan Nugent-Hopkins got tripped up.
I thought that was offside. Probably a pretty good penalty here to take here. Lowry got caught on the backside. It's a turnover in the neutral zone, but I really thought it was offside that was missed. I thought the Jets, yeah, that looks offside to me. But Lowry's on the backside, as you can see. Nugent-Hopkins doesn't have any speed. I think he's already tripping himself up before Lowry even puts a stick on him, but it's no matter. The optics are bad, and you're going to get a penalty 10 out of 10 times in that situation.
Oilers 0 for 3 on the power play. Slater to face off against Anton Lander. Slater kicks it back. Trouba fanned on it, jams it ahead for Michael Frolik, and Michael Frolik will get it out the center. Schultz back in his own zone. Back in for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Down low for Eberle. 1 minute now left to go here in the third period. Teddy Purcell shot. That got blocked, and Slater gets it out to center ice. Jets looking for their 38th win of the year. Slater has won 12 of 14 faceoffs in this game. 86% success rate. Cross ice for Eberle. Doesn't shoot it. Eberle gets it back. Again, doesn't shoot it. Cross ice. And a chance, and Pavlik came across, and that may have just gone high.
I don't know if he got a glove on that or not, or yeah, if it did go high. He was across there trying for it. Good setup by Eberle.
Teddy Purcell into the midsection of Ondrej Pavlik, and Pavlik is going to hang on to that.
Ondrej Pavlik doing his job again. Terrific work in this game. Some really key saves at key times, and here the Jets with the healthy lead, and time is dwindling on Edmonton, but on this power play, they've loaded up with two really big scoring chances. Whether he caught that first one, I don't know, but he definitely got this last one.
Face off to the left of Pavlik. 53 seconds left in the power play, but only 22 left here in period number 3. Taylor Hall trying to hold it in, does. Taylor Hall trying to drive it to the net, no room to do so. And now taken by Lee Stempniak, and Stempniak will clear. And the Winnipeg Jets will pick up their 38th win, their highest win total since 06-07 when they had 43.
Well, it wasn't an oil painting, but it's difficult to play these games sometimes. Edmonton has a lot of skill, but they don't play a real structured game a lot. So it's tough to keep your structure against a team like that. So it got scrappy at times, but that guy did his job. Pavlik with some terrific saves at key times in the game, and the Jets kept their nose to the grindstone and got some offense when they really needed it. Well-deserved victory against Edmonton.
And Ondrej Pavlik, the last 6 games, has stopped 165 of 171 shots for a save percentage of .965. So the Winnipeg Jets had a 1-0 lead in the opening period, and a goal by Stafford as he extended his point streak. They added to it in the second period. Lee Stempniak is 11th. Tyler Myers is 7th on the 2-man advantage, and the Winnipeg Jets go on for a 4-1 win. Good night from Edmonton.